The hatred between Bryson DeChambeau and the PGA Tour, may push him toward. Bryson DeChambeau may have denied claims that he has already defected to the Saudi Arabia-funded Super Golf League, but the rumors are intensifying, with his long-term mentor admitting that there is bad blood between the player and the PGA Tour. Schy's remarks came as Kramer Hickok, the world number 126, said that 17 players had already signed up to the Saudi plan to stage about 12 tournaments, mainly in the United States, with a June start date. Collin Morikawa, the Open champion and world number 2, delivered a blow to the Saudis, however, by ruling himself out. "You look at the best players, and they're all staying with the PGA Tour," he said. DeChambeau, aged 28, a major winner and the world number 12, is emerging as the key figure in the power struggle. While older players are seeing the signing-on fees as the perfect pension, getting younger stars to gamble their futures will determine the success of the Saudi breakaway. DeChambeau is absent from this week's Genesis Invitational in Los Angeles, but says that is down to injury and has dismissed a report that he has already played his last PGA Tour event after being offered $240 million to be the Super League's figurehead. However, Schy, who has known DeChambeau since the player was 12 and coached him to the US Open title in 2020, made clear that DeChambeau feels little loyalty to American golf chief. Bryson has always had a tenuous relationship with the PGA Tour, he told. It started from day one, his first tournament after turning pro in 2016. "It was Wednesday at 2 p.m. and this PGA official comes over and says, 'Your putter is not conforming.' At that time a lot of the vans have gone. Then this guy looks at me and says, 'I don't know if his irons are conforming either.' That was day one." Bryson's a rules guy. He wants to know the rules and have them in his favor. All of a sudden, these guys were coming after him. It was like that for a long time. There's probably bad blood on both sides." At the weekend, the American player Charlie Hoffman indulged in an Instagram rant after a rules row at the Phoenix Open. "You wonder why guys are wanting to jump ship to go play on another tour," he raged. Just for good measure, he addressed Jay Monahan, the PGA Tour commissioner, directly, and said that everyone needed to do better. "If we don't, we won't have a tour any longer." Phil Mickelson replied, "I feel ya." DeChambeau added, "Agree wholeheartedly." The idea that players may jump ship due to dissatisfaction with the rules may seem beyond parody, but the piano-playing satirist Sam Harrop tried anyway. His new song, played to the tune of America's, has the pithy refrain, "So I'm heading out to Saudi 'cause I'm growing the game." It has nothing to do with the pay. Schy, whose role with DeChambeau has diminished since he criticized the player's behavior at last year's Open, admits that the Saudi money could make players risk possible exclusion from the established tours and the majors. "As much as Bryson loves Augusta and the US Open, all of a sudden money makes a different scenario," she said. "Some players get ready for the Masters by viewing it as just another tournament. Now they're thinking, hey, I'm going to get $100 million up front, XYZ yearly, and have the chance to be a part owner. Obviously, it's enticing, more so than we really want to believe. Maybe we don't like what the Saudis represent, but would anyone say absolutely not?" There has been no official word about the Super Golf League from the Greg Norman-fronted LIV Golf Investments, which has access to Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund, the PIF. To date, LIV has pumped $300 million into the Asian Tour's new international series, which, significantly, will come to England in June. Hickok says that names will come out soon, and she added to the intrigue by revealing that DeChambeau and Norman are close. "Bryson really likes Greg Norman," he said. "Greg has been a big fan of his since the start and Bryson has really enjoyed having his support." Greg Norman has got a hotline to Bryson. So far, the PGA Tour has said that deserters will not be allowed back. Seth Waugh, the chief executive of the PGA of America, has made clear that anyone playing for the United States in the Ryder Cup needs to be a member of his organization, which comes via playing the PGA Tour. "I believe the Europeans feel the same way," he said. "Qualifying for the majors via ranking points would become harder." However, she questioned whether the majors would want to exclude rebels. "I think everyday people would not want to watch the majors knowing some of the best players were not there," he said. "The killer question is, can the Saudis get enough top players?" Jon Rahm, the world number 1, has said that he intends to focus on the PGA Tour. Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy have both distanced themselves from the project. Brooks Koepka, who has won more majors than anyone in recent years, says he is out and bristles at the concept of a 48-man league. Two of the United States' most popular players, Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas, have also hinted that they will stay put, while Patrick Cantlay, the world number 3, played in Pebble Beach as others snapped up huge appearance fees at this month's Saudi International. Hickok, who told podcast that players were unhappy with their cut of revenues from the majors, said that the new league would have only 40 players. You're going to see a lot of the big names jump over, he said. I think there have already been 17 guys that have jumped over what world's top players have said about Saudi breakaway Jon Rahm, world number 1, age 27. I'm a PGA Tour member and I'm going to stay that way. Colin Morikawa, number 2, 25. Right now you look at the best players, and they're all sticking with the PGA Tour, and that's where I kind of stay and that's where I belong. I just want to compete against the best in the world, and right now that's where it is. Patrick Cantlay, number 3, 29. The amount of money they're talking about, it's always very tempting. I think it's tempting for everybody. Victor Hovland, number 4, 24. There is so much unknown. We are kind of still trying to figure this stuff out. I certainly love playing on the PGA Tour. Rory McIlroy, number 5, age 32. People can see it for what it is, which is a money grab, which is fine if what you're playing golf for is to make as much money as possible. Dustin Johnson, number 6, 37. I think it's a really good concept. I think it makes it a little more interesting for the fans and the players. Bryson DeChambeau, number 12, 28. People are starting to realize we are independent contractors, and we should be able to play wherever and whenever we want. Jordan Spieth, number 14, 28. I think that it's been beneficial to the players to have competition, and I think the tour would say that they probably feel that they're in a better position going forward by having to sit back and take a look at things and make some changes. Brooks Koepka, number 15, 31. It's been pretty clear for a long time now that I'm with the PGA Tour. It's where I'm staying. I think they do things the right way. Lee Westwood, number 40, 48. If somebody stood here and offered me 50 million quid to play golf when I'm 48, it's a no-brainer. Phil Mickelson, number 41, 51. Everybody is looking at it and seeing parts of it that can really help and benefit their situation, their life, their career, and then there's parts of it that they're probably concerned with. I'm appreciative of the fact that there is competition, and that leverage has allowed for a much better environment on the PGA Tour.